Back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. We got quite a bit to discuss. Boy, do we have quite a bit to talk about. The New York Jets have been forced to be on Hard Knocks. We're going to be talking about training camp. We're going to be discussing it all. Call in 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're going to be having that discussion. Hold on 1 second, folks. We're going to connect the audio, and we're getting to the show. Hold on.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Salutes to everybody. Dakota J, I see you in the building. Salutes to all the savages. Boy, oh boy. We have quite a bit to talk about today. The New York Jets are being assigned Hard Knocks, according to all the reports. We're going to be discussing that. We're also going to be discussing training camp that's coming up as well. The New York Jets have announced their training camp dates. We're going to be discussing some positions too. Call in 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639, because this Hard Knocks assignment, according to reports, I know some people are not happy about it. We're going to be discussing that. So let me go ahead and get into the show, all right? I am the man of the people. I am here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. All right. Your boy is also on iTunes as well. Come on over to iTunes. All right. Type in The Long Beach Joe Show. Subscribe to the podcast on there and leave me a rating, a 5-star rating if you could. All right. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you folks think about what I am doing here on the show. All right. Get a lot of people saying, Joe, I love it. And I see the feedback, and I want to thank y'all for that. Please continue to feed me, to give me that feedback. I enjoy hearing from y'all. All right. Your boys also, okay, also on Twitter as well. Come on over to Twitter, at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. All right. Follow me. I'll follow you right back. Let's go back and forth. Love talking to people on there. And you can also catch the show live. Okay. A lot of people don't know that. You know, apparently there's some people that don't know, you know, so a lot of people run into my show and they go, whoa, Joe, we didn't know you stream the show live while we like your takes. We like what you're saying. We like everything that you have to talk about with the team and everything. But, man, we didn't know you looked good, man. We didn't know that you were an attractive fellow. We didn't know that you were a guy that was so handsome. And I just want to say, ladies, thank you. You know, thank you for the love. You know, who am I? Okay, I'm not an arrogant guy. I'm just being me, you know? So I want to thank everybody, the ladies, for the love, telling me how handsome I am. All right, I'm just a regular guy just out here doing my thing. But if you want to check out the show live and you want to get involved with the Savages, you want to know why I call my chat the Savages? Oh, best believe it's because they're savage. Savage. They get after everybody, okay? Even me. They don't like your take, they're going to let you know, all right? Off the bat. They don't like your take, they will let you know. Trust and believe, okay? But yeah, come on over to YouTube if you want to chill with the Savages. If you want to chill with us, salutes to all the Savages in the building. Dakota J, GVH, everybody watching, salutes. Okay, we'll come to y'all in a second. Put y'all questions in the chat. We're gonna go back and forth with everybody. All right. But if you want to check the show out live, you want to check out what we do here, you want to get involved with the Savages, you want to become a Savage, come on over to YouTube, okay? Come on over to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, okay? Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know, all right? That's how you do it. That's how you get involved with what we're doing over here. And, you know, we love going back and forth with people. Trust, we love going back and forth with people, all right? Now, callers, we'll get to y'all in just a second. Justin, I see you on the line. We'll come to you in a second, all right? We're going to talk a little bit about Hard Knocks, all right? I want to get my takes out here real quick, and then we're going to go to the lines, and we're going to go to the people, okay? Listen, according to reports, the New York Jets have been assigned Hard Knocks. And boy, oh boy, some people are happy, but there's quite a bit of people that are upset, okay? All right. And we're going to get into it. All right, listen. The Jets were in the running for Hard Knocks with the Saints, the Bears, and the Commanders. But according to the reports that are swirling and leaking around and have leaked, the New York Jets will be assigned Hard Knocks this upcoming season. Now, of course, we all know, and I believe everybody, I think, knows why, right? We got Aaron Rodgers. We're a team that has a lot of expectations. A lot of people have eyes on us. We got 6 primetime games this upcoming season. The cameras are flashing. The lights are bright. Okay, it's nowhere else is hotter than in New York right now, all right? But much to the chagrin of our head coach, Robert Saleh, we get assigned this, according to these reports. Now, keep in mind, Coach Robert Saleh, the head coach of the New York Jets, has made it very clear that he is not interested in, in Hard Knocks, okay? He's made it very clear, all right? He made it clear privately, according to reports, and also publicly, right? He came out during a press conference where they were talking about things, I believe it was June 9th he did that, and he was talking about different stuff that was going on with the team and talking about the tackles, and they asked him about Hard Knocks and if you knew if the Jets were going to make it or not, or if they were going to be on the show. And he immediately said, listen, okay, I'm good on that. There's a lot of other teams around the league that would love that opportunity, but we are not one of them. You know, basically saying, hey, don't put us on Hard Knocks, okay? We good. All right, we good, okay? Now, it's crazy that we still got to sign Hard Knocks, even though he said that. But a lot of people are looking at it and going, okay, well, Saleh just said that, but that's whatever. There's also a player currently on the New York Jets that came out and said that he didn't want Hard Knocks to be here either. And that was Justin Hardy. Justin Hardy came out, I believe in April, and said, hey, we good over here. Hard Knocks, don't come over here. Okay, we're good. We do not want to be on Hard Knocks. We need to focus. That would be a distraction. And I find it very, very interesting that there's a lot of fans that are basically saying, this is not a problem. Hard Knocks, put us on TV, do it. I don't care what anybody says. Saleh should be able to coach through this. And I'm saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll get to the lines in just a second. I'm saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay? Listen here. When you look at the situation, Coach Robert Saleh right now is in a tough position. All right? And I think that Coach Saleh looks at Hard Knocks as a complete distraction, something that could become a real problem here, especially with all the things that we already have coming. The hoopla that came with Aaron Rodgers, pretty big, right? I think Saleh wants the team to focus on the task at hand, and he wants the team to get ready for a season that has major expectations attached to it. All right, major expectations. There are Jets fans literally saying it's Super Bowl or bust. Real talk. Super Bowl or bust. As a matter of fact, keep it all the way real. Does anybody remember just recently people were saying that Saleh would be on the hot seat and should be fired if the Jets don't make the playoffs. There were Jets fans literally saying that Sulla should be fired if the Jets make the playoffs but don't make a deep run. We should get rid of him. That's literally what fans were saying. And there were some in the media that were saying that as well. Hell, I'll take it even a step further. Does anybody remember when people were saying that Joe Douglas should be fired if the Jets don't make the playoffs? Recently, very recently. I do shows. You guys can go back and listen to that. We talked about it. So I think that Robert Sulla knows what's up here. The Jets are all in right now and are trying to do whatever it takes to get to that next level, right? Become one of those upper echelon teams and get that W and get that ring. They want to win it all. Aaron Rodgers has even been talking about it. Getting another Lombardi trophy because the one we got in the case is lonely. They understand the expectations and the pressure that's with this upcoming season. And something like Hard Knocks, they feel, or at least I feel, Robert Sulla looks at it like this is something that could really cause a problem here and cause us to lose focus and cause a distraction. Distractions along the NFL have never been welcomed with NFL teams. Never, okay? If you look at the New York Jets, we are a franchise that has been marred by distractions, okay? Look at all the distractions we've had in our franchise history. Geno Smith getting his jaw broken. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the nonsense we had to deal with him, right? Anybody remember that? The mutiny, full-blown mutiny. Todd Bowles lost control of the locker room. You had half the locker room that wanted Ryan Fitzpatrick to be a starter. The other half wanted Geno Smith. You had Sheldon Richardson going after Brandon Marshall. Anybody remember that? Then we moved on from that. Then we had a bunch of distractions with the coaching issues that we had. Then we ended up, right, after getting rid of Todd Bowles, we ended up with Adam Gase. And then Adam Gase and Mike Maccagnan were going after. That was a complete distraction. Then Mike Maccagnan gets fired after a draft and free agency. And then we're left with Adam Gase. We bring in Joe Douglas, thank goodness. But we were stuck with Adam Gase, and look how much of a distraction he was. My goodness. That guy was the worst coach the New York Jets have ever had, and I would say he's the worst coach possibly ever in the NFL, right? Look at all the stuff that came with him. You had players leaking stuff to the media, guys speaking up left and right, guys putting stuff out on Twitter, just going off. Then look at all the other distractions we had coming out of that. Look at the stuff with Jamal Adams. My goodness. Jamal Adams was literally an active Jet on the roster. He was our safety. He was on the roster, and he was telling fans, Cowboy fans, publicly, right, out in the public, hey, I'm trying to become a Dallas Cowboy. This was active while he was on the active roster. This was publicly. He did that. Never mind the fact he also did a interview with Manish Mehta, right, and he's still on the Jets roster. Did an interview with Manish Mehta where he literally bashed the New York Jets staff and called Joe Douglas a liar. Insanity. All these distractions we had, right? All these distractions, all these issues. Then guess what happened? When the New York Jets cut off those distractions, pushed them out the door, Joe Douglas, Robert Sulla in the building, running things, quieted all that noise that we had. They quieted it all down, shut it all off. Got rid of it all. Even guys that could be a distraction, like Elijah Moore, what they do to him? Jettison him. Get him out of here. You want to go? You're gone. Right? Jamal Adams, you want to go? You're gone. They got rid of all these, shut out all the noise. That's when the New York Jets became good. That's when we got better. We silently started to build, drafting, acquiring quality free agents, doing what it takes to get to the next level, right? Pushing out all of those distractions, shutting out all that noise, put us in a position to where we have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. Hall of Fame. Super Bowl, MVP guy, first ballot Hall of Famer without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. We had him look over at us and say, you know what? That's the team I select to play. I want to be a New York Jet. When all the distractions were pushed out, Aaron Rodgers turned and said, you know what? That's a quality ran organization. I want to go over there and play, dog. And now we got people running around here saying distractions are good. The Jets should welcome this. The Jets should welcome distractions. I saw somebody on, one of the guys talking on ESPN saying, yeah, the Jets should welcome this distraction. That's how you get better. You deal with distractions. No, what? That has never been something that teams welcome in the NFL. Teams have passed on free agents because they could possibly be distractions. Teams have gotten rid of players because they could possibly be a distraction or they were becoming a distraction. Teams have not drafted players. There have been drafts where players have literally tumbled down the draft board because teams believe that they could come in their facility and become a distraction. You look at the New England Patriots, and I'm going to end it with this because I'm hot. I'm pissed. I'm not going to lie. Because I am tired of fans doing this. I'm tired of people in the media saying this. That they're always flipping it. Distractions are now good when it comes to the New York Jets. But let me tell you something. The Patriots have been over there in Foxborough shutting out distractions and doing business the correct way for years. That's why they've been winners, and they've dominated our division, right? Dynasty. What is Bill Belichick known for doing? Focusing, preparing, shutting out distractions. When you come to New England, I don't give a crap who you are. You will fall in line, you will become a good troop, and you will do your job. That is literally their motto. Do your job. And if you don't fall in line, be a good troop, and do your job, you won't be a Patriot for long. Trust that. We've seen it. They've gotten rid of people that have caused issues there or were becoming an issue there, a slight issue. They'll get you up out of there quickly. And look how many Super Bowls Belichick has won. And I understand that Hard Knocks was here with Rex Ryan. I believe it was in 2010, and we'll get to the lines in just a second. Mateen, I see you. We coming. I understand they were here with Rex Ryan, and I love Rex. Everyone knows I believe that Rex is my favorite New York Jets head coach. Herman Edwards is right there as well, but Rex is my favorite. Everyone knows that. I love Rex Ryan. But when Rex was here, that was a different time. Rex was a different coach. That was a different staff. Rex welcomed that. He welcomed that kind of circus atmosphere. He welcomed those lights. Rex was all ego, okay? All ego. Bravado. He was bravos. He would stand up on the podium, right? And tell the media every year the New York Jets are going to win a Super Bowl. Look right into the cameras and tell the rest of the teams in the NFL, you better get ready because the Jets are coming to bring you their best. We're going to give you our best shot. You better get it together. I mean, come on. But that's Rex. That is not the way that Coach Sella does business. Different coaches, different things. You can't place Rex's attitude and the way that he handled things on Coach Sella. It's a different way of running things, and Coach Sella clearly does not want that here. He doesn't want that distraction. That is not the way that he goes about business. Now listen, if this is true, again, the rumors are swirling. I don't think it's been completely stamped yet, but it is completely looking like the New York Jets will be on Hard Knocks. If we are on Hard Knocks, I'll watch. I ain't gonna lie, because I love the team. But if there's a chance that the New York Jets don't have to be on Hard Knocks, I don't want to see it. Do I want them on Hard Knocks? No. I want total and complete focus. That's what I want. I don't want any distractions because I want the New York Jets to push and take it all this upcoming season. And I'm not going to sit here and do no Super Bowl prediction. Don't try it. I'm saying I want the New York Jets to do what it takes to get to where we need to go. All right. Now I can go on about that for hours. Whew, that got me hot. I know Robert Sella's mad. I know he's mad. All right. We're going to get to these lines. We're also going to be talking about the Jets running back position. What the hell is going on with Dalvin Cook? To this point, and again, this is live, he hasn't signed anywhere. I know that he's flirting with the Dolphins. A lot of people saying he's using us, to possibly raise his offer with the Dolphins. So, whatever, But it'd be very interesting to see him become a Jet. We'll be talking about the Jets running back situation as well. Also, the New York Jets have announced their training camp dates too. July 20th, I believe, is when the New York Jets will start their training camp. We also got 4 preseason games as well. The Hall of Fame game against Cleveland. We got a game with the Panthers, the Buccaneers, and the Giants as well. So we'll be talking about all that tonight. We're going to be covering it all. The New York Jets are being forced to be on Hard Knocks. Oh, my goodness. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. But before we get to everybody, let me tell you something. As everybody knows, I'm a Jets fan from California, okay? And I wear that with pride. West Coast is the best coast, all right? I grew up out here, never been on the East Coast, I didn't grow up out there, but, didn't spend significant time out there, although I do have some peeps. Salutes to everybody out there in Brooklyn, Jersey, okay? South Jersey as well, South Dad, all right? But, I'm not an East Coast guy. I'm from the West Coast, and it is what it is. But I've learned to love this team, and I've loved this team since I was young, all right? Pretty much all my life I've been a Jets fan through and through. That's the end of it. Green and white, that's what I rep. There's a lot of other people around this world as well that are the same, okay? A lot of other people love the team, but they're not on the East Coast, okay? And a lot of those people come together and show their love to the team in fan clubs. And so tonight, we're going to have a representative of the San Francisco Jets Fans Club, my guy, Mateen Kemet. He's going to come on and talk to us about what they're doing in San Francisco, how they come together and show their love for this football team. Mateen, I want to welcome you to the Long Beach Joe Show, man. How are you feeling tonight, my friend?
Hey, man. What's up, Joe? I'm coming in really soft because you are hot, man.
Am I?
It's like El Fuego over here, and so I don't want to tip the scales, I don't want you to burn up the house over there.
No.
So, I'm gonna take it easy.
I'm good. Can you come? I don't know if you're on headset or whatever, but come a little bit closer to your phone. You're sounding a little bit low, at least on my end. But listen, Mateen, I want to thank you.
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming on.
Better?
Yeah, I'm a little hot under the collar about this Hard Knocks stuff. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? But first, I want to talk to you about the New York Jets, man. Everyone knows how I became a fan and how I came to love this football team, but I want to know your experience. What made you become a fan of the New York Jets? Why did you start putting on that green jersey and repping this team the way that I rep this team as well?
Well, that goes all the way back to Broadway Joe, man. Literally, my father. So I'm from the Bronx, and my dad took me to a preseason game. Ironically, I think if I'm not mistaken, because I was pretty young, I was a tyke. I think it was a preseason game between the Jets and the Packers, and at Shea Stadium, the old Shea Stadium, the original. And from that point on, I have always been a Jet fan. And then furthermore, because you're in the Bronx, everybody in the Bronx is a Yankee fan. But I was a Mets fan because I'm a contrarian. So if you're a Met fan, the way it goes, it's Mets, Jets, baby. That's the way it goes. Or it's Knicks, Giants. It's a Yankees, Giants. So normally all Yankee fans are Giants fans and all Mets fans are Jet fans. So I'm like the black sheep of the family because everybody else in my family thinks I'm crazy. So there it is.
Listen. That's quite a story, man. That's quite a story. But can you also tell me about how your fan club came about, man? You guys are out there in San Francisco. We done definitely ran into each other out there. I got a lot of friends and family up there in the Bay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll let it be known. I'll be up there doing my thing as well. Tell everybody how your fan club came about and what you guys do, man.
Yeah, I think it's the San Fran New York Jets, Facebook club. You can find us on Facebook. Created by my main man Dean Barbella. As I said, as you already know, he comes from a long line of trapeze artists, the Flying Barbellas.
Yo, Dean's gonna get you, bruh.
And so,
Dean is gonna get you, Mateen. Dean is gonna get you. Okay, listen,
he's
Dean.
always tight-roping.
Dean,
Yes,
I wanted
he
to
is.
be clear. I have nothing to do with what this man is saying. Don't come after me. All right? Don't come after me. This is Mateen saying that you're a part of the famous Barbellas. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't come after me. Go ahead, Mateen. Go ahead, bro. You on your own.
Well, Dean is the alchemist, and he kind of put this together. And so they used to meet up at this place called the Rec Room, and that's kind of where everybody got started, you know, in this particular Jet Club, and then it branched out into the Facebook world, and that's how I came on board. In fact, me and you met. Not only I think did we meet at a spot in Long Beach, but
Yeah.
because I used to live in Long Beach, but
Yeah.
we also met. Remember, there was a spot in Long Beach where
The Green
everybody like had a table, like it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. And then, you came up to the Bay, and I think it was at the Oaks
Yes, sir.
on Lakeshore that
Mhm.
you came up, and we were there. But the San Fran Club is the Rec Room, and Dean is the, you know, he's the president of the Loyal Order of Buffaloes. You know, he's the Great Gazoo.
Mateen, I'm telling you, he's gonna come out. He's gonna come and get you. Now, we're talking about your fan club and you guys getting together and all the things you folks do. But can you tell everybody, all my listeners, where do you meet up? Where does the actual location where you guys get together?
Oh, dang it! You know what? I don't have the actual address.
Can you give us the name of the
Let
place?
me get that address and come back. It's called the Rec Room.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
The
Rec
Rec Room, and what is the address? Let me. It's 130. It's 1390
Okay.
California Street.
Okay, 1390, the Rec Room. So everybody, you know, meet up there if you want to, meet up with loyal Jets fans that love the football team just as much as everybody else does, out there in San Fran. Now, again, we're talking with Mateen Kimmett of the San Francisco Jets fan club. Now, Mateen, as you know, we've gone back and forth. We definitely met up there in the Bay. It could get wild up there. You got a lot of, well, there used to, of course, there still is a lot of Raiders fans up there, even though they're in Vegas, right? They're still up there repping. I got friends up there that definitely ain't put that black and gray jersey away, Of course, you got Niners fans up there. They are wild. Tell me about your experience being a Jet fan. What is it like wearing that green jersey in that area?
Well, I mean, you know the deal, man. When you wear green, one thing is that you're sort of tied to pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be, you have to understand and be being able to withstand all arrows. You got to stand in the middle of the room on any table and take every arrow. So, you got to represent hard, and any Jet fan in the Bay Area certainly does. I mean, the wine and cheese crew with the 49ers, whatever, man,
Mm-hmm.
And the Raiders, they have their thing. You got to give the Raiders their respect, because they, back in the day, they had the black hole, and the Raiders are Oakland, man. So you got to give them love. But after they left to Vegas, I got nothing for them, nothing. So I walk with pride. I rock my Revis jersey. I got my brand new sauce, and I'm ready for all takers, and especially this year.
Okay, listen, you already know. Again, we're speaking with Mateen Kimmett of the San Francisco Jets fan club. Get involved with what they're doing. They're at the Rec Room in San Fran. Go there and meet up with those people. They love this football team. And again, salutes to Dean as well. Dean he put it together. He's doing his thing. Now, you started to talk about how hyped you are about this upcoming year with the New York Jets. I am too, right? And I think the biggest reason why I'm hyped is because we have Aaron Rodgers. It just, even when I say it, it doesn't seem real, but it is, right? I mean, he's on my screen. I saw him at the practices. I've seen him at the press conferences. He's talking. It's so surreal to me. Give me your thoughts about Aaron Rodgers being a New York Jet, man. What was it like when you found out that everything was official, and how are you feeling about it?
To be honest, there's another guy in our group, Greg Brody, and we have to give him his props, to give him his Greg was right. I'm gonna make him a shirt. My lady makes artisanal t-shirts. So I'll have to send it to you. I've got for Christmas I got a Mike White loves you t-shirt. that she made me that. So I'm gonna have to, like, for the beginning of the year, I'm gonna have to give him a Greg was right t-shirt, but I'm gonna make the letters really small, so that you can barely read. He doesn't know that. So because he poo-pooed Wilson, Zach, he dogged everybody that would listen, and we were having faith, and he had zero faith. Me and him were kind of like Two-Face in Batman, So I try to keep it positive, and he's the most negative man on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in this case, he had a point, and he was saying that we should just go all in for Aaron Rodgers. I differed with him because I don't like the Yankee George Steinbrenner way of just buying a team. It just isn't my thing. I thought that maybe we could kind of give it our defense and I didn't want to upset the apple cart when they were first talking about all the draft picks. I was like, we're on a good trajectory. We just need a competent quarterback. We didn't need Aaron Rodgers. And if he comes with all the diva acts. He comes with, like as Joe Klecko was saying the other day, like you just didn't think he was going to buy in, that he just was going to come and be what he was the last few years in Green Bay. But I can say, one, I was wrong, and two, this version of Aaron Rodgers, the teacher, the all in, the guy who is taking the toast of the town and engaged in every part of New York Jet football and New York Jet life, other than his age, because Father Time is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can give us a couple of years of Aaron Rodgers-ish play, even if he's not 100%, I guess he's got to be better than last year because he had a damn near broken thumb.
Yeah.
So if he's like 80% of what we know him to be, man, I don't know how we don't go to Super Bowl. And I'm excited. And I want to see him. I don't know if anybody's ever come to us and or switch teams and solidified their legacy the way that he could. Remember, he played 15 years and he's only got one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What if he comes to the Jets and wins 2 Super Bowls in 3 years?
Yeah.
What if that happened? It would be like he'd be on top of the Empire State Building. It'd be a statue on top of the Empire State Building. He would own New York.
Yeah, he would, hands down.
I think that that's exciting. I think that he sees what can happen. Everything is aligned for his success. We got Hackett. He's going to actually, meaning Aaron is going to actually be calling some of his own plays, and you couldn't have more control as a quarterback. So this is going to be him. We go on offense as far as he can take it. So if there's only been one quarterback that can handle New York, Broadway Joe, man. There's only one quarterback ever to really be able to handle all that New York brings. Maybe, I guess, Phil Simms, too. Phil Simms got to give it up, but he was on the Giants and not the Jets. So the Jets are its own thing. So Aaron, I think he's embracing it and taking the challenge. And, this year we don't go to Super Bowl, as long as maybe we get AFC Championship and we really show progress. I think within his time here, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And then let me add, I think if he doesn't get hurt, I think he plays a third year too.
Oh, okay.
I think we got him for 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I've talked about him playing 2 to 3 years here as well. 3, I think is the max. I think he'll be here. But listen, I'm right with you.
Yeah.
I think, having Aaron Rodgers here is phenomenal. And not just for what he's going to give us on the field, right? If he comes in here and it's just Aaron Rodgers, we're good to go. We have a top defense in this league. If you look at what we had last year, man, our defense was literally carrying us. If Aaron Rodgers would have been on this team last year, we easily would have made the playoffs. And I believe we make a deep run in the playoffs because of what we were able to do. So the defense is solidified, and we've just gotten better, right? But with him here, not only is he going to give us what we need, but he's also going to help Zach Wilson along. I think that that's something that a lot of people are sleeping on. Zach Wilson, I know people want to dump on him. Everyone knows I like Zach Wilson. There's things he's got to prove, though, and there's things he's got to get better at. Do I think he could be the guy? I don't know. I don't think the door is closed on him yet, and we know that the coaching staff wants to continue to work with this kid. They said through hell or high water, they're going to do whatever it takes to figure out if he's ever going to meet his ceiling. Bringing in Aaron Rodgers is the perfect thing to help this kid. That's his childhood hero. That's literally who he would hope to become one day in this league, right? Not only that, but he is being coached by Aaron Rodgers and, like you said, Hackett as well, in a system that they literally built together. The system that they're running, they literally built it together, and he's going to be able to teach Zach Wilson the ins and out. Zach Wilson has all the physical tools. It's just the mental stuff that he don't get. He don't recognize things quickly. He's too lazy in his drops. His eyes are very lazy, and he gets caught sleeping a lot on defenses, and then he gets blown up. So now he has, guys coaching him, guys that's going to be in his corner. He's got a new offensive coordinator and Nathaniel Hackett here working with him. Maybe this is going to help him come around. So bringing in Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you, changes things. And one of the things that you brought up as well, again, kudos to you, I've talked about this too, is how he could have big-timed us. He's coming from Green Bay. This guy's already solidified. We know he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer regardless of what he does here. Without a shadow of a doubt. That ship is already sailed. He's good. He going to get that jacket, dog. Point blank, period. But he came in here letting everybody know, okay, everything's good. Yeah, the cameras are flashing, but it's time to work. It's time to work. Ever since he's gotten here, it's been all business. He was at all the voluntary stuff. He let it be known, listen, I'm showing up. I'm showing out. I'm throwing the guys. Not only was he throwing the guys, but he was coaching guys as well. CJ Uzomah came out and talked about how he breaks down film with them in the film room, and he lets them know, listen, this is where you need to be. This is what you need to be doing. Pre-snap, post-snap, out on the field, he's breaking stuff down. If he see things not going right out there offensively during the rep, stop. Everything needs to stop. This is what you need to be doing. This is where you need to be. He's told guys, you don't have to run a super precise route. I'll find you, but this is the route you need to run, dog. You know what I'm saying? So he's making sure that everybody is focused because he understands the task at hand. And that's how you get to where Aaron Rodgers has or is in this league, okay, by focusing. Now, we're talking about focus, all right? I want to get your thoughts on this, Mateen. Hard Knocks, okay? You heard me go off about it earlier, all right? Seems like it's being forced on the New York Jets, okay? Clear, all right, according to reports. I know Sulla's not happy about it. Are you happy about this, Mateen? Give me your thoughts.
Well, the short answer is I agree with you. I want us to not have any distractions at all and just toil away. It's already going to be a circus. Like it's New York. There's Aaron Rodgers. It's just like you can't have we're the media capital plus the Aaron Rodgers story.
Yeah.
So it's just going to exacerbate every component, right? However, one thing that I think you were talking about Dominique Foxworth on ESPN, and I hadn't heard that perspective, and it does raise an eyebrow to say, well, okay, if training camp is to get ready, it's about like preparation. It makes Salah's job harder, but if it's going to be a circus, well, just let the circus begin early and manage it and understand how this season is going to go, and to get young guys to focus beyond. So if you put everything and every obstacle in front of them, well, shit. Watch only a family show. sorry about that. But by week one, well, there's nothing that anybody can throw at you. You can't put a camera in anybody. Everybody knows what's what. Now, is it ideal? I don't. I'd say no.
I don't agree.
Me myself, I'm like, yeah, I would like to stay under the radar and toil away in obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
But the flip side, I can see the most extreme version of it, too, and just, okay, let's see what happens, and not be scared of it. So I hope we can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Saleh wants, and but if you can't force anybody, because that's the other thing that they were saying, that if you really, if the NFL forces a team and then the team says, well, we really don't want it, then you're going to have a whack show, because they're not going to allow them in the meetings. They're not going to, they don't have to allow it. Like the show, as producers, can only get access to what the team allows.
Mm-hmm.
So if they force you and you don't allow them into the real, nitty gritty, well, it's just not going to be a good show. So I think that they got to come to some production agreement. I hope that they choose like the Washington Redskins, or the Commanders, and somebody else, and we could get away with it. But I'm with you. I don't want it. I'm not as hot as you in terms of like, well, if it comes, I'm like, okay, well, Saleh is a chess player, and he's a really smart dude.
Yeah.
And I you were talking about Gase. Gase is the opposite. Gase is an idiot.
Oh.
So this dude is so smart. I think that he is the best coach to figure out how to use it as a chess move to help motivate and kind of create a more focused team.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess faith in Saleh.
Yeah, listen, and again, Foxworthy, I believe his name is Dominique Foxworthy. I believe that's his name, right, Mateen? That was the guy that was talking. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And again, all due respect to him.
It's either Foxworth or Foxworthy.
Yeah, I forgot. Listen, he's phenomenal. But I thought that was one of the most nonsensical, illogical points I've ever heard. And let me tell you why. I'm just going to give some pushback there, because no team in the NFL welcomes that type of distraction, or welcomes distraction, period, especially teams with expectations to win it all. If you look at the top teams in the league, like the Chiefs, the Bills, various other teams, what do? They try their best to stay away from distractions. The Chiefs are where they're at because they stay away from distractions. They do not get unfocused. I talked about, listen, Foxborough, that place is cold, it is freezing, and it is quiet. They stay away from distractions. Being like quiet and being boring has won them Super Bowls. We've been loud and full of distractions here, and look at where it's gotten us, right? Look at where it's gotten us. And what's crazy?
Wait, Joe.
Go ahead.
Joe, it's not Foxborough. It's not New York.
I know, and listen.
It's not New York,
and I understand
New
that.
York
But a winning,
the streets are on fire.
Listen,
and it's going to be on fire anyway.
Mateen.
I mean, the New York Post, they're crazy.
A winning strategy is a winning strategy, though. I understand Foxborough's not New York, but people also need to understand that there's a lot on the line, and Saleh knows that. Let's say everything blows up, right? Let me put this out there. Let's say they come in on Hard Knocks and they put a mic in front of Mekhi Becton, and they say, "Hey, Mekhi, can you tell us about why you believe the New York Jets put you in a situation to blow your knee up? How do you feel about the coaching staff doing that to you?" What do you think is going to happen? Because he just did an interview where he said that, where he blamed the coaching staff for that injury that cost him last season.
Well,
what if they follow up and say, "Can you tell us about your relationship with the coaching staff?" What if they take it in a different direction and try to paint pictures like that to drum up some drama? You don't think that that's going to have a negative effect here?
Guess what, Joe? He put himself in that position. He's already said it, and the New York Post and every other news source is going to play that up anyway. Mm-hmm. The first time that he gets in is playing right tackle. That's going to be the first question when he gets to the podium. You can't hide. In New York, you cannot hide.
Listen, I understand
so
that.
if they do it, then he's got to answer it.
Yeah, and I get that.
That's what you put your you put your foot in your mouth, or you stand up and you take the arrow and you say, well, I really don't want to play right tackle. I think it does put undue stress on my knee. However, I realized that at least they gave me the opportunity to compete at left tackle, and I'm playing. I'm vying for a position against an All-Pro, and if I don't, if I lose this battle, it's going to still make me a better player, and I'll play where the coach wants me to play.
Yeah, but that again, Mateen, that's you saying that. Mekhi Becton definitely has spoken differently. All I'm saying is this, is that I understand why we're on Hard Knocks. I understand it completely. Aaron Rodgers, the hoopla, the fanfare, I get it. I get why the NFL is trying to force this on us. But, bro, we already got 6 primetime games. 6. We could actually end up with 7, I believe, if they flex one of the other games that we have as well into a primetime spot, which I believe that they can do. So we could end up with 7. Bro, we're already in front of all the lights and cameras that we could be in front of. But the more that you put, when you have cameras in the facility, that's why, again, and I understand why people are like, Joe, this is, like you said earlier, this is not Foxborough. But Belichick has shown you, he's dominated this division with silence. He's dominated the division with discipline and focus. He's dominated us with that for years. And I know that they're not on the top of the top right now, but let's not act like they can't turn things around, because he's literally, if not the best coach to ever be in the NFL, he's definitely a top there, right? So that strategy has shown to be a winner. And I think that that's what Saleh wants here, especially with his job on the line. Because a lot of people don't want to talk about that. If things don't work out the way that you feel that they should work out, I hear you. You have big expectations for the season. I have expectations as well. So do all the other listeners and callers. Will come to you guys in a second. Trust. If it don't work out the way people feel like it should work out, there's a chance that Robert Saleh will no longer be the coach of the New York Jets after this season. There's also a chance, because there's a lot of people screaming about Joe Douglas not being the head, or not being the general manager of this coach after this season. There's a lot of people screaming. I know you've heard it, Mateen. I know y'all know you read the stuff from a lot of people in the media as well that were screaming for him to get fired this past season. There were people screaming for it. So with all this on the line, I'm just like, I'm good on this Hard Knock stuff. I'm good. If it comes here, it is what it is. There's nothing we could do if the reports end up being true and the Jets are forced to do it. It is what it is. Do I want it here? No. And the whole distractions are good. They've never been good anywhere else. They weren't good. The Ravens don't allow these distractions, right? We've jettisoned players for being a distraction. Jettison. When Brandon Marshall became a distraction, out the door. Fitz became a distraction, out the door. Elijah Moore became a distraction. What happened? Out the door. Jamal Adams distraction, out the door. All these guys become distractions, out the door. Distractions are good. I'll give you the final word, though, Mateen. Give me your last thoughts on that, man.
There's your point is valid in terms of this were Lombardi. I'm sure this is a new day and age, right? Players are they aren't Twitter savvy, but they are always on it. Look at what Revis is doing. He's going to Hall of Fame. It sounds like he's lost his mind. It's just like they cannot help themselves, and it's always going on. So they can't, they have. They're just there. They want the mic. They want the attention, and it's not going away. So what you have to do is coach your way through it and help them make better decisions, right? And as the coach, and I think that's why Saleh is really a good coach for this group of young men and in this era. He gets it, So I think that he will help them, massage and manage whatever is going to come their way. Yeah. And you're right with the people who are talking about Joe Douglas, which is the most ridiculous You know, I mean, even
ridiculous. Yeah.
even in terms of Joe,
Yeah.
you can't even say something about his first draft. I was like, why would you even talk about his first draft when that was all the players he drafted
Yep.
were for Gates?
Yep.
And his offense is a completely different offense, completely different defense, and so sometimes players don't fit. You know, and as far as Becton, he's arguably he was definitely the best physical athlete at the offensive lineman position that year as a freak. You know, he was the biggest, fastest, strongest dude, and clearly for Joe Douglas, that's who he always wants to get. He wants to get the best athlete with the highest athletic score, and then have them play the position. That's how he keeps drafting those type of guys. Look at the guy that he drafted in the 7th round, Kuntz, who's a physical freak. I don't know if he can play or not, but have you looked at him in the huddle? That dude he's humongous, and he runs like a deer, and he supposedly can catch. He has all the qualities. Now, will he be? What's his heart like? Will he be a good football player? Is he smart? I don't know. But at least we know he's got the physical traits. So
Yeah.
I think that that Joe Douglas is our best GM we have had. I think he's better than Tannenbaum.
Oh yeah.
But he's certainly at the very least, he's the best we've had since Tannenbaum.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the best synergy. I thought Tannenbaum and Rex had perfect synergy, and we messed up by breaking that synergy up. And I think that Saleh and Joe Douglas have perfect synergy.
Yeah.
And you need that between head coach and GM to make a program work. So we're in year 3 of the program. Year 3, we're ahead of schedule. We got a Hall of Fame QB.
Mm-hmm.
We have a top 5 defense that's only going to get better. I mean, so we have three top players on D.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 top 5 cornerbacks plus a top 3 defensive tackle. So I mean, like we're just getting started, man. Those guys are all under 25.
Yeah.
So Garrett Wilson, who knows what he's going to become this year. Whatever his numbers are, take the over, man.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm excited for Joe Douglas. I mean, he's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who questions him, including my man Greg, because we argue about Joe Douglas all the time. So Greg, if you're listening, I'm gonna send you your shirt. Yes, you were right, but you're 100% wrong on Joe Douglas. I'm not giving that one.
Listen, Mati, it's been phenomenal speaking to you. Before I let you go, man, because you gave us some takes. We got to get to the calls in a second. Give my listeners, again, every way that they can get in contact with you folks over there at the San Francisco Jets fan club and how they can meet up with y'all and have a good time, man.
Yeah, man. Again, we're the San Francisco Jets fan club on Facebook. And so it's a Facebook group that's kind of like where everybody kind of collects. Then we sort of branch out and have a separate breakout on Messenger. So we always talk on Messenger. Sometimes we'll even have little Zoom meetings. Mm-hmm. And, I've even, when my internet was down, I would call Dean and watch through Zoom the game on Dean's TV via Zoom. That's how serious we are. It's crazy, man. And
y'all
then
find a way, bro.
Is where people meet.
Y'all find a way.
Man, we find a way. There's no stopping JETS Jets
Yes, sir.
in the Bay. When you hang out with us, we're gonna get it done, man. So come one, come all.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Listen, Mateen, it's been phenomenal speaking with you. I always love going back and forth with you about this football team. I want to thank you for coming on the show as well, man. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks again, Joe, for having me on. And it's a pleasure. I can't wait to see you again.
Absolutely. You have a good one. Go Jets. Listen, man. We talking that talk. Callers, we going to get to y'all in a second, okay? 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639. Again, that was Mateen Committ of the San Francisco Jets fan club. Phenomenal fan club. Get involved with them. all right? They at the Rec Room in San Francisco, man. I've had a blast up there. Like you said, we met in Oakland. We met in the beach before, okay? Long Beach, my neck of the woods, good time. We were in Oakland before as well, had a blast. So get involved with them any way that you can. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're going straight to the callers, all right? Justin, Val, Tim, Brick, Sid, T, call back in. We just lost you. But before we get there, GVH in the chat, salutes to him, Savage. He says, with all due respect, Joe, Belichick has a lot of rope to pull that is due to his resume, thanks to Tom Brady. And that's what makes Belichick no different to head coach from the Jets. Belichick is able to tell grown men highway or my way only for so long as macaroni arm has influence. Listen, I hear you. I hear you, GVH, right? I get it. But here's the deal. Even with Tom Brady there, Tom Brady fell in line, okay? Tom Brady was a good troop. How many times – remember the time we saw Tom Brady go off on the sidelines on his offensive coordinator and then he immediately came out and apologized out the wazoo? It was because he understood I'm a troop here and I need to step up and be a good troop and I don't need to be a distraction. Belichick runs that joint, point blank period, okay? I don't care how good the players are you got. If you do not have order and if you do not cut out distractions, right, you're not going to be a winner in this league, okay? And I understand it. Listen, I'll go back and forth with everybody. I want to hear your opinions. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things tonight. But Rex Ryan ran this joint one way. I get fans that come at me and talk about Rex Ryan. I get it. I love Rex up and down. Loved him left and right. That's my guy. But Rex was a different kind of head coach. He was different. He was also a different cast of characters here as well with the team. It was a different time. Those guys are not here, okay? There's a different set of guys here now, and there's a different way that they want to run what we're doing, all right? So that's my take. We're getting to the lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers. We're going to the lines. All the savages in the chat, keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? Your questions will be coming to you. New callers, keep in mind, I do not allow show on my cursing. I do not allow cursing on my show. Excuse me. I don't allow cursing on this show. This is a family show, okay? You curse on my show, I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than Adam Gaze. Get out of here. Every time we mention that man, he must be flushed. Must. Got to wait for that finish. Make sure everything gets down. He must be flushed. Okay? Must be. Please give the stream a thumbs up no matter who you're watching me from. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, y'all be in the know. Also, if you want to hit the super chat, it's up at the top of the screen. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen as well. Anything you get to the platform is greatly appreciated. So we're getting to the callers again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Justin, we're coming to you first. Val, Tim, Brick, City, hold on. We're coming to everybody. New caller, hold on. We're going to get to everybody. Justin, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. For those of you that do not know, Justin, he's a savage. Savage! Justin, we're talking that talk. The New York Jets. What's going on, man? What's going on? Listen.
Man, I mean, I don't like this negativity, man. You're giving me PTSD with this Adam Gase, man. Let's get into the this is the time for positivity, man.
Is it? Yeah.
Take negative nonsense out here. If you're negative now, I don't want you rocking with us when we're winning, man. This is times where Jets fans need to embrace it. The positivity's here. We just inquired. After months of this drama, we got a 4-time MVP. We got a loaded roster, like a loaded baked potato with extra sour cream. And the only thing that's stopping this team is injuries. I am not afraid of no one this year. The only thing that's going to keep us back is going to be whether it's our coaching or a major injury. I am not afraid of Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of Buffalo, man. This is our time now. This is what we've been waiting for years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, listen, Justin, and I hear you. And again, I want to thank you for calling in. I'm with the positivity as well. But as we know, all right, Hard Knocks, it looks to be assigned to the New York Jets. I'm a little concerned about that because of the distraction that it could cause here. And again, Coach Robert Saleh as well
I hear you on
has
that,
looked at that, and he's come out publicly and talked about not wanting that distraction. Give me your thoughts on that situation, man.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not worried at all because if I don't know if you saw the interview with Tyler Conklin. I mean, if we get it, it is what it is. If they make us get it, it is what it is. But I mean, I think Saleh is going to keep the players on track. I mean, they asked Tyler Conklin what he thought about it, and he was like, if we get it, we get it. If not, it's business as usual. So I mean, I get it. It could be a distraction, but I'm not really caught up in that as much as everyone else. I mean, we have pressure regardless. So at the end of the day, it's going to be just business as usual. I mean, I get it. There's going to be cameras in their faces and stuff, but I mean, it's really nothing that the players aren't really. I mean, they haven't done before. This is New York media. I get it. There could be distractions or things said. Like you mentioned with Makai and stuff. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, I think Saleh is going to keep everyone in check. I'm not really too worried about it like everyone else is.
Okay. You're not worried about it. Listen, I get it. Now, as we continue to move on throughout this situation here, right? Looking at this situation, our running backs here, we got Breece Hall. He's dealing with the injury right now. Of course, he's coming back from that ACL. When you look at the situation here with the New York Jets running backs, what are your thoughts on it, man? A lot of people talking about Dalvin Cook possibly being a target for the New York Jets, bringing him in here, getting him in the fold. Do you think the New York Jets should try to make that move? And if so, why do you think it's taking them so long to grab Cook? I mean, he's still out there from everything that we know.
I mean, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, this is what happens when you're a legit playoff and a legit Super Bowl contender. Guys that, are all pro players that, are having contract issues and stuff like that, can't get their money. They may take a little bit of less to play with you. So, I mean, that's what good GMs do. Joe Douglas already flipped the burger, and he's already looking to inquire. I mean, that's what good GMs do. So, I mean, to sit here and say that Dalvin Cook wouldn't help this team perform is crazy, especially with the uncertainty. I mean, we're all hoping Breece returns to form, but I mean, I mean, if the price is right, I mean, why not for Dalvin Cook? I mean, we don't know what he's asking for. I mean, Miami pretty much put an offer in already. We're not sure if we're one of those other teams that put an offer in, but I mean, anyone that doesn't want Dalvin Cook, I mean, for the right price, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it'll improve your roster. Bam had a little bit. I mean, he hit a little bit of a wall after those couple hot games. Michael Carter, let's just call it what it is. He had an absolute terrible year last year. So I mean, I'm all for Dalvin Cook. I don't see why not. If the price is right, it's a no-brainer, honestly.
Yeah, listen, I'm right there with you, but I want to look at it from this standpoint as well. And I got to ask you this because I know you know the Jets through and through. Let's say Dalvin Cook goes somewhere else, right? So we got Breece Hall, we got Michael Carter, we got Bam Knight, we got Israel as well. If Breece cannot start week 1, what do you do, man? Do you lean on Carter? Would you hand the ball over to a rookie running back, or you want Knight to start? What are you doing there with this running back situation if Breece Hall is not able to go when the season starts because he's still dealing with the ACL injury?
It's clear that it's. I would even consider maybe even going after a guy like Kareem Hunt. I mean,
okay,
I wouldn't even be opposed to that. I mean, he's still on the market, so I mean, I would maybe pivot to that as another option, especially with the heavy load we have with the extra preseason game. I mean, Breece is probably not going to get any burn during training camp in the preseason, so I mean, it doesn't hurt to bring in more running backs on your roster right now. Who knows? God forbid someone gets injured. I mean, the difference between now and, after that preseason game is a huge difference. So, I mean, I would definitely try to upgrade that if you can. The guy I would go first. Hunt would be my specific target, but, I mean, I'd be open to other options.
Yeah. So when you look at the New York Jets running back position, man, who do you think will lead the group in receiving yards?
Receiving yards? I mean, I think it's going to be – I want to touch upon this. I think it's going to be a little different from last year because we had an offensive coordinator that didn't know how to use the tight end position.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you looked at Aaron Rodgers' number when you're running 12 personnel.
Mm-hmm.
The dude's numbers when he runs 12 personnel record-wise, it's like 80 and 14. It's unbelievable. So I think we're already seeing in OTAs with the utilization of Aaron Rodgers to Uzama and Conklin. I think that's going to be a big factor this year. So I think it's going to be a little bit more spread out. So number-wise, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I think it's really just pick your poison on offense with the guys we have at this point. I mean, you can make an argument for any of those guys. Garrett, I think he's good. Conklin, I think he's going to have a great year. I mean, Lazar should be up there. I mean, I really can't pinpoint it at this point until I see more in training camp, but it's really pick your poison, to be honest.
So you think with Aaron Rodgers here, we'll kind of go away from our ground and pound style that we've kind of been known for? You don't think we're going to be a run-first offense anymore?
I mean, I don't think it's really going to be whether it's wrong. I think it's just going to be what the defense gives you, depending on the matchup. Like Buffalo, Dallas. I mean, just depending on what the matchup breakdown is. I think we're just in a nice offense where, depending on what the matchup gives you, that's what you're going to have to take. I mean, I'm not really going to say. I mean, I think it's going to be a little bit more play action with Rodgers. You know how he likes to sling it, but I mean, you can pound it versus teams. I think that's the best thing about the versatility. I really don't care if it's pass first or run first. You just take what the defense gives and win games. I think that's something that's going to be a big factor with the utilization of the tight ends. I think it's going to be a little more, a little bit more spread out. I think it's just going to be what the defense gives. I don't know if it's going to be run more or pass more, but I just think the versatility is that's what I'm pretty much focusing on. Until we see more play calling during the preseason, then I don't know what it's really going to look like yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, listen, I hear you. Now, when you look at this situation, right, we're in a solid situation here defensively. A lot of things moving and shaking. A lot of guys we're looking to really take that next step, especially with training camp coming up. When you look at our defense, what training camp battles are you looking at the most? What training camp battles will you be keeping your eye the most on defense?
Defense, I'm a little, obviously the linebackers, some people say it's a weakness. I think this is Sherwood's time to shine. So, I mean, hopefully he can emerge, or it's kind of like shit off the pot for him. And
watch your language. This is a family show. Watch your language. Family show.
Yep. I think we just have to see something from those guys. I know they were, a little, Sherwood was banged up, but I think it's time for those two to show a little bit something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm looking at like the run stuff, and I'm looking at guys like how the competition is going to work from like, Al Woods. I know JFM, they talked about moving him inside, which I like that next to Q.
Yep.
I mean, I think Tenzil Smart can be a guy too that a lot of people aren't talking about. He's been on the team for a couple of years. He showed flashes in the preseason. A lot of people are saying, oh, we don't have a guy to play next to Q. And I mean, Al Woods is good, but he's up there in age. So, I mean, a guy like Tenzil Smart, I think I got my eyes on during training camp.
Mm-hmm. Michael Clemens as well. A lot of people, he's moving. I think he's bulked up to like 290.
Yeah,
I think his weight's up to like 290.
Inside, so, I mean,
yeah, so they're going to be moving him inside too. You know what I mean?
Right. So, I mean, him, JFM next to Q, and then the outside you have JJ, Huff, and those guys. I mean, come on, like that is successful. That's a recipe to win, no matter who you're versing. I mean, we've seen a little bit last year with JJ, but I mean, I think a lot of people are sleeping on JJ because I mean, he had 3.5 sacks his rookie year coming off of injury. I think he's going to be the guy that kind of turns into form here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, when you're talking about, we're talking about this defensive line, right? You're talking about all the guys you got inside. You talked a little bit about Q. One of the big things is getting Q under contract. Like this is still kind of looming out here. And I want to know from you, do you think the New York Jets will get Quinnen Williams under contract? Do you think they'll get that extension done before training camp starts?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. I mean, Saleh pretty much, doing it and saying it's two different things, but I mean, I think the hold up. I mean, I thought we were going to get this Aaron Rodgers contract ripped up already. I think that's kind of prolonging the Q extension. because they technically still didn't rip the contract up for Rodgers. So I think that when that's done, I think that could be part of the holdup too.
Mm-hmm. How much do you think it's going to take to get
But
Kunu?
I'm not really worried about Q's extension at all. I think it'll get done.
How much do you think it's going to take?
The framework's already there. I mean, you've seen what these guys, John, what's his name from the Redskins got. I mean, I think it's going to be like a 4-year, 115, 110, 80, 75 guarantee, something like that. I mean, the framework's already there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's really too much to hammer out. I mean, it's probably the guarantees. I heard it's the years. Q wants 4, the team wants 5. So, I mean, if the money's not the question and the years is the problem, I think they can just get to the bottom of it before camp, hopefully.
Yeah, when you look at the situation, especially again, you brought up the guy, with the Commanders, he got signed. Also, a guy with the Giants as well. It's going to probably be 25, 26, maybe 27 per. That's going to take to get him signed. I'm hoping it gets done sooner or later. I'd like to see him get that extension before training camp starts. That would be great, man, to see Q get paid. And again, that would really set up a really nice situation, letting these young guys know, listen, if you come here and you ball out, you don't cause any problems. You come here and you do what needs to be done, and you perform the way Q is done, right? Because he clearly was one of the best players on defense for us last season, all the work that he put in. You could argue he was the best player we had last season on our defense. You come in here and you do what needs to be done here, then we'll pay you and we'll keep you a New York Jet. That sets a nice standard here. Now, my next question for you, Justin, because there's so much to discuss about this Jets football team. You talked about JJ, man. You talked about Jermaine Johnson. We saw him miss some time last year as well, dealing with the injury. There's a lot of expectations. People want him to take the next step, especially providing some pass rush here with the New York Jets. When you look at him, what are your thoughts about him this upcoming season, and how many sacks could you see him having this upcoming season?
Yeah, I've been having a debate with my friend about the sacks from the defensive line. I think this defensive line is going to have 55-plus sacks. If you just take Q's number. Say he repeats what he had last year, 12. You take Lawson, which, people wanted to cut the guy last year.
That's a fact.
I think Lawson's going to have a double digit. That's 22 right there. I think it's fair to say you could maybe get 5 to 7 from. I would say close to 7 for JJ, double what he had last year. That's 29 sacks right there between the 3 guys, not to mention the interior guys. So I think JJ's realistic expectation is anywhere from like 5 to 8, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Listen,
so,
that'd be good.
That's 30 right. That's around 30 right there between 3 guys. So to me, it's like I think this defensive line should have 55 plus sacks with everyone put together.
Whoa, think 55
That's
sacks? 55 sacks this upcoming season from the Jets?
I think people last year we lacked turnovers with the defense. I think that obviously needs to improve, but getting more pressure up front could help the back end too. I think 55 is honestly realistic. I broke it down. It's only really 3.5 sacks per game, which that's not really a crazy number if you're a top 3 defense.
Yeah. No, listen.
Quarterback.
Listen,
so
I could see.
I think that's a real expectation for this D line.
Yeah, no, listen, I could see it, especially again if Jermaine Johnson is taking the next step and he really continues to push forward. I think he's going to have a big time impact. You talked about Carl Lawson. I was a guy that advocated for Carl Lawson when people were talking about getting rid of him. He had 7 sacks last season. I think he was second on the New York Jets, and that was coming off of an ACL injury. I think he steps back in the season and really provides another push, especially with everything that's surrounding. And we haven't even talked about Bryce Huff yet, a guy that's come in and been a monster on third downs, been a guy that's been in that rotation and really put in work too. I really expect him to have a big impact as well. And another guy that I want to talk to you about, Justin, listen, Will McDonald, man. This was a guy the New York Jets took in the first round. A lot of people weren't necessarily happy. I was, excited about the pick. He wasn't a guy that I thought the New York Jets would go after, but especially after Broderick Jones came off the board, it kind of became, kind of a crapshoot of who they would pick and who they would take there as far as fans guessing. But Will McDonald is now here. He's a guy that I think is going to be added as well to have some impact in the pass rush. Give me your thoughts about him, and what are your expectations for him as a rookie as well, coming in and being able to affect the New York Jets defense in the pass rushing department?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the tricky part. I mean, we have so many guys on this defensive line. I mean, I know Saleh likes to keep them all fresh, but I guess like 4 to 5 sacks. I mean, he's a first-round pick, so you got to have a little expectation. But, I mean, I guess the same expectation really is for JJ. I mean, 4 or 5 sacks for Will McDonald. I think that should be a realistic goal. I mean, I don't know how much. See, that's the tricky part with this defensive line. I mean, it's really going to become, like, depending on how many snap counts each guy gets, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think 4 or 5 sacks for a rookie first-rounder is real expectations. But, I mean, these guys are going to be in and out. I mean, I don't even know if, we're not even talking about a guy like Solomon Thomas that they re-signed, brought back. I don't even know how many of these guys you realistically can keep on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the New York Jets are definitely going to keep a lot of defensive linemen. They're going to keep a lot of defensive linemen for sure.
I think we kept like 9 last year.
I think it was like 9 or 10,
someone's
yeah.
going to become a cap casualty.
Yeah, I think it was like 9 or 10.
I'd be curious. Yeah, so I'd be curious to see if, these guys are standing out, if Joe Douglas does the typical like he did with Cashman and those types of guys and try to flip some of these guys for late-round picks or whatever. That should be interesting to see when the preseason comes, but I don't know. It's going to be an exciting season.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be extremely exciting season. Listen, Justin, before I let you go, man, we haven't talked in a little bit. I'm hyped about the season as you're hyped about the season as well. We haven't talked about Aaron Rodgers. I haven't talked to you in a minute about A-Rod coming here. Man, what was it like the second that you found out that he was officially a New York Jet? How hyped were you, man?
Oh, I was like, I couldn't wait. Like, I literally could not wait until the news broke because it was literally like, it was like a life pause for like literally like 2 months straight because it wasn't official yet. Then he just said it and it was like a burden off my shoulders, but it was just like, it was just a surreal feeling. I don't even think it's really kicked in yet. I mean, it's kicked in a little bit, but like, the second he runs through that tunnel and I actually see it live at training camp, it's going to feel surreal because, I mean, we've never had an MVP or anyone even close to the stature. I mean, we had the false hope of Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2015. Oh. But, I mean, this is going to be like surreal, like when it happens. So, I mean, I haven't fully really processed it yet, honestly. Yeah. Until it actually happens. I think it's like still fake kind of in a weird way.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild. I got him on my screen. I'll talk about him. It's crazy. Listen, Justin, I got to slide off. It was phenomenal speaking to you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, man. I haven't heard from you in a little bit, my friend.
Yes, sir. I will be at training camp, so I will, call in live and get some live updates for the callers.
Absolutely. Salutes, Justin. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
You too.
Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. GVH in the chat says, Joe, how much do you think Rodgers is asking for? Got to save face for Green Bay as well as these athletes got pride as large as the Grand Canyon. Listen, I hear you. From everything, and these are just rumors, okay? These are just rumors. Everything that I've heard as far as the reports that are swirling, I believe it was Connor Hughes talked about possibly that Aaron Rodgers is going to be giving back money to really help the New York Jets set up to continue to build around him and continue to build when he's gone. That was the talk. So I don't know what the contract's going to look like, but again, man, he's made so much money in his career. It's insane. It would not surprise me at all if he took as least as he could possibly take to really help the New York Jets do just that. Continue to build around him, continue to set him up, because I'm telling you, he wants nothing more but to stick it to Green Bay for doing what they did. He wants nothing more than that, right? If he comes here, I mean, he wins on 2 fronts. You come here and win a Super Bowl, we'll love you forever. I don't give a damn what happens, okay? You come here to the New York Jets and win a Super Bowl here, I'm telling you, this fan base will love him forever. But also, if he wins the Super Bowl here, he gets to rub that in the face of Green Bay and that front office over there. I told you I could do it, and I told you I could still do it, and I got it done. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Again, continue to put your questions in the chat. We'll come to you guys. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in, everybody. Please be patient. We're going to get to everybody next. I'm going to get to my guy, Rusty. Rusty, we're coming directly to you. Listen, Rusty, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know, Rusty, he's a savage. Savage. Rusty, bruh, what is going on? Listen, Rusty, I went off earlier on the show, okay, about Hard Knocks, all right? According to reports, the New York Jets will be assigned Hard Knocks. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I will watch it if it actually happens. But I think it could be a distraction. I think Sulla didn't want it because it could possibly be a distraction as well. Give me your thoughts about it, man. How do you look at this situation?
Lame as hell, bro. Straight up, like I'm with you. We have it with Flight 23 and prior Flight 22, 21. We made Hard Knocks what it is.
Uh-huh.
The Alice Cowgirls can say whatever they want. The Ravens, I believe they are the only ones that actually won a Super Bowl after doing it. I think they were the actual first ones.
Mm-hmm.
But, we made Hard Knocks too with Rex and everything, and they're just trying to repeat it. And, hey, HBO, just to let you know, bro, we're a family. We're not, like the 85 Bears, to where you had the defense that wanted to kill the offense and the offense that wanted to embarrass the defense, and you had separate coaching staffs. We're on the same par. We're dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And
then all of a sudden we get blackballed into being into it. Dude, really? Like, send it to Washington, Go, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It grinds my gears, Yeah. It really does. Trying to keep it PG-13, but it really does, and it's unnecessary, and it's 1,000% correct. It is going to be a distraction, because we're going to get all the other fair weather fans. Rodgers has his fans, and then Rodgers has his. That's how Green Bay is. You don't. Like, they want to say that they're pinkies up, Buttercup. That's literally. Go ahead and see me on the street too, Green Bay fans. I don't care. You guys can't tussle and rumble. So, like,
listen,
they are what they are, and they smell like the cheese.
Rusty,
and it's old and watered down. They ain't blue cheese crumble by no means. They're that stinky, god-awful whiz stuff that's out of a can.
Rusty, watch it, okay? Listen, I got Green Bay fans on me. I was minding my business, and they have been
to you,
after
not
me.
to them.
Oh man, listen, they have been after me. Okay, ever since we got A-Rod, I was just minding my business, and they were coming at me left and right. I just was like, whatever, man. I just had to walk away. It was way too many of them.
Doggy paddling with love.
Yeah, man, it was wild. But look, I hear what you're saying. But I want to ask you this question, though, Rusty, right from the other side. What do you say to people that say that the New York Jets should welcome the distraction of Hard Knocks? That Hard Knocks provide a distraction. It provides a challenge for you to work through. And that if Coach Sulla can't work through having a distraction right now, that he's not a good head coach and that the Jets are going to fail anyway, so what does it matter? This is something that someone said. What are your thoughts about that perspective?
Kick rocks and pound salt. I remember my first beer. Like, dude, okay. You're not seeing Belichick doing that. You're not seeing Mike Tomlin do that, even when he was the first, when he got the reins of the Steelers. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. Dude man had a chance in his first 2 years, to do that if they really wanted to. They know what they're doing. Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy, man. I feel like Al Davis, the younger Al Davis with teeth still in his mouth, but nonetheless, I honestly think NFL is geared towards us, dude. I think we're the new Raiders. On all the Super Bowls and everything, and I think we're going to push through. I think we're going to Andy Dufresne it.
Okay.
I think we're going to come out clean on the other side
Okay.
with multiple.
Oh.
And then to rub it into it,
Uh-huh.
a lot of people want to say things, man. I'm still not doubting Zach. Like, I got tight because, Dick Chimney set him up on that interview, and he put him in a hurricane type of thing, and then, asked him a question and checked his man card.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? I would have done the same thing as Zach coming back. Like, we didn't hear the full thing.
Mm.
And now, R.I.P. Coach Knapp, that was in our things. Now he's got, let him simmer, let him chill out, and this is the way of the force. And we're going to go on a rampage. That's how I feel it. And then especially, too, I strongly feel that we're going to have when it's 3rd and long, I think we're going to have a 1-8-7 package with Huff, McDonald, Q, Clemens, JJ, and Lawson. And because McDonald and JJ, they could pull back to linebackers if need be, and then everybody else can switch out. Like, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to Putnam people. And I really, I sounded crazy when I said 70 sacks last time. I honestly think we're going to get that and then some, and then those turnovers. I really do. I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
We're
I think the
pissed,
Eagles
and the team feels it, and
I think the Eagles last season had 70 sacks or close to it. I think they did have 70 sacks.
Yeah.
Listen.
I do too. I think they went above 70, but I know that I'm pretty sure they hit that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I think. Look, Justin was talking about it. That that 55, 60 sack range. I wouldn't be surprised if we do hit that, especially with a lot of the things that we have, guys in the package, guys in the rotation. That we're going to be able to throw at people. It's insane, man. It's insane. And one of the guys that you brought up as well,
and I love it.
Jermaine Johnson is a guy that I know a lot of people, just have him kind of coming out and doing his thing. But he's a guy to me that is going to have to answer a lot of questions this upcoming season. Last season, he was all right? For real. He kind of did his thing, but he also missed some games as well due to injury. He had some positive flashes, right? That one, the play, the game against Buffalo, he made a big time tackle to stop, the Buffalo's quarterback Josh Allen on a big stop. He was making plays, but I think this year it's going to be asking a lot of questions. Can he get to that next gear? Can he put it together? And that's what I want to ask you, Rusty. What are your expectations for Jermaine Johnson this upcoming season?
Well, honest, to be real with you, when we first got him, I didn't like the pick just because of our luck with Florida. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're from the state of, if you're representing the state of Florida in college and you're coming to us, we were, polite and all those types of cats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we weren't doing good in it. Now, him, like, even though he didn't accumulate a crazy amount of sacks or nothing, like, he's smart, dude. Mm-hmm. And he's, knock on wood, but, like, he already proved me wrong, with his attitude and his just go, and it's, gotta say, man, I'm loving these JUCO kids, man. When you get the right ones, ooh, oh, man. Like,
I'm telling you.
And, yeah. And, like, because they're young men,
Mm-hmm.
they realize whatever they messed up as kids. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, wait, what? We get a Clemens, we get JJ's. Like, it's, yeah, I hope the curse is reversed with the Florida kids. And, he's pleasantly surprising me. I just hope he keeps on going up in stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, because when he got Josh, like, I hate Josh Allen. I hope we break his legs. I'm not kidding. And, like, when he caught him off, like, when the guy's doing his thing, and, we're used to it. We're like, oh, all right. He's going to, Josh is just going to go to the sideline, break out of it, break an arm tackle type of thing. And JJ's like, yeah, no, I'm a dude, bro. Like, you're not pass and go. And I loved it. He pulled the Monopoly guy on him. And, oh, yeah, that's another thing. Josh Allen, I'm guaranteed he's going to plummet, bro. I don't see Buffalo, and call me crazy, I don't see them winning more than 7 games this season because of the Madden cover.
Whoa.
And because they lost Dable. Yeah, it's like that. Look at his trajectory. Like, he's not nothing without Dable. He's just going down. Like, he's going down like ships in battle.
Wow.
And, yeah. But you can see the fear in his eye, too. Like,
listen.
yeah.
Of
course, I hate the Barfalo miserables, but, just adds.
Listen,
looking to the crumble.
Rusty, I hear you. I want nothing more than to see that happen, but I'm not going to call that shot because they still got some weapons over there, and McDermott's over there. He's a heck of a head coach. I know they got some issues with Diggs right now. They were going through some stuff earlier on. I'm keeping my nose out of that business, because everything we got going on here. But we definitely are taking a step forward. And Jermaine Johnson, being that guy and really taking that next step in his career is going to go a huge way for the Jets defense going forward. So I'm excited to see what
he's
Jermaine
looking
Johnson.
Abrams-like, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He really is.
Wow.
Like, to keep it real, he's looking Abrams-like.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking like Jonathan.
Okay.
He, he's like Jonathan, but a little bit fast. I don't want to say it, but dude's got it if he, if he's dedicated like he was last year, and he just,
Do you think
we're going to be freaking terrifying
when we're talking about our
defense?
When we're talking about our defense, particularly our defensive line, do you think we'll see Quinnen Williams get his extension before training camp starts? It starts on the 20th, July 20th. That's coming up. It's a couple.
I hope so.
That's next month. Do you see the New York Jets getting that deal done? Do you see them getting that extension before training camp starts?
Did we square away Rodgers' whole thing yet? Or
Not yet.
That
his
still,
contract,
up to the mercy.
Yeah, his contract hasn't been completely sorted out. I know that was another thing that was definitely, in my personal opinion, I think that's probably what the holdup is with Q, is so they can really tie the knots.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Dot the I's there and make sure that they have everything, squared away with Rodgers. But that's not done yet.
Yeah,
I thought it would have been done, but it's not done yet.
Yeah, I think as soon as we square away Rodgers, I think Q is just going to be right there. And then, yeah, because I think JD wants to give him the money, but isn't there some weird financial thing with the league, July 20th, where something happens, and then because that's when everybody's a free agent, or I don't know. You get into the money aspects, it gets pretty crazy. But I think as far as dominoes go, I think as soon as it's taken care of with Rodgers, I think Q gets taken care of immediately.
Okay.
That day, if not, within 3 to 4 days. Yeah. That's what I feel. Because Quinn, he already got signed, right?
Quincy. Quincy definitely are. Yeah, he definitely he got his deal. He got his deal.
Yeah, Q's going to be here, and that's what I think, man. I think that they're just waiting on the Rodgers thing. Put your ducks in a row, and then we have to sign Q.
Yeah,
it's we gotta keep our homegrowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, listen, I hear you. And talking about guys that are homegrown, Breece Hall, man. There's been a lot of talk about him, right?
Ooh,
we know he's coming off that ACL. He's working to get back. And I'm talking to a lot of Jets fans, Rusty, and I'm starting to feel, and I want to get your thoughts on this, I'm starting to feel that the expectations are a bit too high for him because he's coming off that ACL. I've been talking to Jets fans that have been saying, hey, they expect him to get, over 1,000 yards, 1,000 plus, and I'm looking at it like, man, coming off of an ACL injury,
that's crazy.
It's going to take him some time. I want to get your thoughts on this, man. Do you feel like the expectations for Breece Hall coming off that ACL injury are too high from the fan base and the media at this point?
Yes, absolutely. And there's only one Adrian Peterson. That
Facts.
Doesn't happen. Lawson's even a freak. He couldn't Suggs was the only one to come back from an ACL. Achilles, he did.
Yeah.
And Lawson was a dog last year, and he still had, it still took him 2. I think that we're not going to pull the trigger on Cook. I hope that we get Kareem Hunt. Now, I know he has troubled past histories and stuff, but hopefully that's in his past. But I don't even want us to play Brees until after our bye.
Wow. Okay.
You know, there's no reason to. Like,
okay.
Yeah, you know, like, because say we're doing, you know, knock on wood again, you know, a little bit bad in there. Now all of a sudden you have the inspiration from the team. You know, all right, Brees is coming back after the bye. We're gonna bless some cats to where if you start them week 1, now all of a sudden you're in a hole. You're 3-3. You're, you know, 2-4. God, don't even want to say it, but you know, stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do then? Now the demeanor of the team is shot. They're not, you know. So now, also at the same time, I think Carter's gone, bro. I think he's gone. Yeah.
Talk to me. Okay,
Trade
we're going to
him.
go on this. We're going to go ahead. You think Michael Carter is going to be gone?
Yeah.
You don't think he's on the roster? You don't think he'll make the roster?
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me why.
I think he'll make the roster.
Okay.
But I think for this reason, I think we're going to do something like sign Kareem Hunt or even get Cook. But the mid-season trade, I think Carter's gone. He's unfortunately tagged with, it doesn't look good.
So you hold on a second, Rusty. Hold on a second, Rusty.
When they put out tweets.
Hold on. Let me make sure everything is clear here. Let me make sure that I'm clear about the audience is clear about what you're saying. You think that Michael Carter will start the season with the Jets, and then if we end up with Dalvin Cook or Kareem Hunt, once the season starts, Breece Hall is back into the fold, you think that Michael Carter is going to end up getting traded mid-season to another football team because you think he's too far gone, he's not going to be able to produce with the Jets?
Not produce with the Jets, but mentally, yeah. I
Why?
Just because he did, because of what he did with Twitter, put himself out there, then he jumped on with more. Like, you know, JD doesn't play games with that stuff, man. Every single person that we've ever seen go out and do something like that has been gone. Minus Mims somehow, but yet the whole coaching staff hates Mims. Like, if you look back on it, man, like, it started with Jamal.
Oh, okay, look, I understand what you're saying, Rusty, but I don't agree. And here's why. Did I like what Michael Carter did on Twitter? No. Everyone knows, first off, I'm very straightforward. I love Michael Carter the same way I love Mekhi Becton.
Same here.
I get smoked for both of those things, okay? Do I like to see?
Mekhi's my guy.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Me and you and Green Bean are like the last three on that.
It's been
so
rough.
I'm with you,
Rusty.
We know it.
It's been rough, Rusty. You and I, we driving in that car. It's been rough, but
yeah, we're there.
Yeah, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right?
We're warriors, homie.
Yeah, here's the deal.
Yeah,
Michael Carter, I understand liking what he did on Twitter, and he does need to settle down on that stuff. But what I think Michael Carter can do in this offense with this quarterback, I think is going to be crazy, especially if Breece Hall does not start this season, okay? And that's why I talk about expectations. There's a chance he might not be ready week 1. There's a chance of that, right? There's a chance that he might not play.
I hope he isn't.
Okay? Oh, well, let's not hope he isn't. Let's hope he is.
No,
but then they just want to sit him.
No, not like that.
Okay, because you.
But we hold him back.
Yeah, come on.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, let's not wish that he's not ready.
No.
Let's slow down on that, okay? But let's wish that that he's ready to go. But look, if he's not ready,
breaks. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Okay, if he's not ready though, right? If he's not ready week 1, I think the guy you immediately look at to carry the rock is Michael Carter. Yes, he didn't have a great season last season, but I don't think that that's just on Michael Carter. And let me tell you why, right? First off, the New York Jets had issues along the offensive line. That offensive line could not open holes to run anywhere. No Becton. There was just a mishmash of guys, right? And even ATV, the guy we love, we all love him, right? Well, ATV eventually sat down due to injury. It was all over the place, right? guys coming in, guys coming out. We
He
were getting
is
guys off the
ATV.
street.
You know what? You're right. You should change. Joe, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're 1,000. He is an all-terrain vehicle, dude. He really is. It shouldn't be AVT. It should be ATV. Yo, dude, that guy can play every offensive position. I'm sorry. I just thought to let you know. My bad. Go ahead.
Listen, yeah, listen. So you got ATV moving around all over the place from guard to tackle to just crazy, right? But then he ends up going down. We were already missing tackles. It was all over the place. That offensive line couldn't open up holes, especially with all the injuries that had occurred, right? Then you have issues. Then you have issues, right, with your quarterback. And let me tell you why that impacts Michael Carter. One, Zach Wilson couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. How many times did we watch Zach Wilson throw the ball over guys' heads on screen passes or throwing the ball into a dirt?
Yeah.
Guys coming out the backfield. Like, bruh, Michael Carter, even when he was trying to come out the backfield and get going that way, we couldn't find a quarterback that could do that could hit him, right? If you go back and you look at
Carter
Michael Carter,
did have that umbleitis, though.
yeah, I mean, I think he had like one or two fumbles last season. But if you look at Michael Carter, right,
In
bruh,
clutch
you go back
situations.
and you watch that Bengals game with Mike White. He's a single reason why we won that game. He was running all over the place. Well, you got an offensive line that can't open holes. You got a quarterback that can't get you involved in the passing game. Then you have an
in
offensive
2021?
coordinator. Yeah. Then you have an offensive coordinator in Mike LaFleur that literally would just go away from the running game. Even if they were getting things going. Remember, Mike LaFleur, we all talked about it. There was issues play calling with Mike LaFleur as well in his utilization. So I think they're just dumping on Michael Carter and just blaming him solely. Yeah, I think they're just dumping on Michael Carter and blaming him solely and just saying, oh, well, he just sucks. I don't think it was just he just sucks. I don't think he just sucks, right? I think that there was issues in various places.
I didn't say he sucked.
Again, even when we talk about Zach Wilson, right? Zach Wilson was so bad, you know what defenses were doing? They would just clog the lanes. That was literally the scheme to run against the Jets. You just sat in the box, right? Because Zach Wilson's not going to beat you with his arm. You just crowd the box, stop the run because everybody's going to be gone.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, and just beg Zach Wilson to beat you with his arm. He ain't going to do it. If you look at Zach Wilson's rookie year,
I know it was LaFreud.
Yeah, if you look at Zach Wilson's rookie year, the first game he played against the Panthers, look at their defensive scheme, right? Look at the stuff that they ran. If you go all throughout Zach Wilson's issues and struggles, even this past season, defenses did the exact same thing that they did. It was the same game plan. Stack the box, beg Zach Wilson to beat you.
Yeah,
and
Bill Belichick freaking honed in on
Belichick did it. Everybody did it. Everybody did. It was the same thing. It was literally the same thing.
Belichick did it the worst, though.
Yeah, of course. It's
I
Belichick.
hate that guy so much.
Yeah. So it's like when you say that, it's like, okay, well, why did the Jets running game struggle once Breece Hall left? Why did the Jets, why did Michael Carter struggle it was like, hey, there was injuries, Zach Wilson, and then there was LaFleur. So, look, if you look at the situation, the way that Nathaniel Hackett utilizes running backs, Michael Carter could be the guy, and I talked about this earlier. I think he could, again, if Breece Hall is not fully ready, I think Michael Carter could be the guy that could lead the New York Jets running back group in receiving yards easily.
He can't pound it, though, dude.
He is going to be a nightmare coming out the backfield.
He can't pound it, though.
Yeah, no,
Bam
he can run.
Though. I don't know. Like, I'm with you, but I like Bam better as far as I like Carter's personality. Dude's awesome.
Yeah.
But as far as just killing you, dude, I love Bam. Not kidding. I don't know so much about Abracadabra, but dude, Bam showed up last year, and I'm just saying. I love Abracadabra. I don't know. He's cool. He's like the Magic Man. I'm here, now I'm not.
Yeah.
I butchered his last name, so I just call him Abracadabra.
Yeah, Abanacanda. No, I hear you. Abracadabra, everybody calls it different stuff. Look, I hear you, and I get everybody has their preference. But I'm here to tell you, okay, I'm driving the Michael Carter car, okay? I'm the leader of the Michael Carter fan club, all right? It's been rough. I know that it's been rough with him. There's some things that he could definitely do better. Go ahead. There's things he could do better.
He's shifty, but
he is shifty. Quick.
But it's just his goal line and his pound to get the 1 yard. You can't. I can't rely on him on that. Mm-hmm. In a way, like I've seen it, and there's nothing against you know, that like he has the soul and he has the warrior spirit.
Mhm.
But dude, I don't know. We've seen it too, man. I don't know. Bam can. Bam doesn't get negative yards. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like he just falls forward. Same thing with Kareem Hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, that I don't know. And he's a cheap version of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like and the dude wants a ring. So if like I would love to have Cook around, but if Cook wants to play games and he wants to do that Miami stuff, have fun in South Beach, homie. We'll see you. And you know, I'd rather get hit by some of the wildfins, those stupid fish, than like anybody like Hugh Clemens or any of that. So
yeah,
you know, God bless you, and don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. You know.
Now listen, Rusty, you bring in the heat. Now, this is my final question before I let you go. When you look at this draft class, this past draft class that we've had, right? We got rookies in the building, guys we expect to make big time impact. Is there a rookie in this draft class, this recent one, that you look at that you think could end up snatching a starting spot from a New York Jets veteran in this upcoming training camp, man? There's a lot of battles out there, right? Who do you think from this rookie class can end up snatching a spot from a veteran in this upcoming training camp?
Am I allowed to say one that was drafted and one that was a UDFA?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you.
I think there's going to be two.
Okay, go talk to me.
I think Will is. I think Will is, but we're going to see him more this year on like third down packages and things.
Okay.
I think they're just going to be like, all right, lightning in a bottle, go kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just going to be a seek and destroy. And the other guy, I think, is going to be Dean III out of Florida, the safety.
You think he's going to be a starter here?
Dude, yeah.
Wow,
I think he will. Dude. Yeah. I watched that kid throughout college, and yeah. And I had four of them. It was him, Skinner, Cataloon didn't come out this year again, which that's my favorite safety. He finally has to come out next year. Mm-hmm. And then the kid from Arkansas and Brandon Joseph. Loved that kid too. That's who I thought the top four was. And I don't know, man. I got a feeling about Dean. I really do. He might honestly be the Dean Amin because he's smart, he's tactical, he has hands, and he's humble. So I don't know. We got dudes at safety, believe it or not, that, you know, awesome mindsets. We're the top gems of it. Like we honestly it so stinks that Clay got injured, but then we got Amos. That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
We got freaking Amos.
Yep.
That's dude, that's a lot. And especially with our front. Like, Green Bay didn't have a pass rush. We do. So he's going to be like he was in his first season or two from Green Bay, and how he was when he played for the Bears.
Yeah.
Yo, NFL's about to get chain checked for real. So you can put us on Hard Knocks, and we're going to show you.
Yeah. So you're thinking Trey Dean is going to be able to steal a safety position? You said who's the other guy that you picked?
I think Will.
Oh, Will McDonald?
I think Will might get in there off of, like, I think.
What do you think
later
he's going to play?
Season,
are you thinking that he's at, where would you think, you thinking end? Are you thinking linebacker? Because I know that there's been talk about him, his ability to put his hand in the dirt. Or
that's what I'm thinking. Like you said, I think he's going to, I think, like how you said, I think he's going to be a weird hybrid. I think he's going to be like a Mosley, but then like a defensive end, to where you can put him in any type of down. He could drop back, run with the best of them, and then go kill him too at the same time. I think that's what we're going to do, because he's a freak. I think, and he's faster than Mosley too.
Yeah. I mean, he's
and stronger.
That guy, Will McDonald, he got some bend on him. I mean, if let me tell you something.
A rookie that
I think is going to be able to steal a spot, man, for sure. A guy that I think is definitely going to be able to challenge from this recent draft class is Joe Tippmann. I need Joe Tippmann to win that
Yeah?
center spot, bro.
Oh, dude, I thought
I
he was
need Joe
starting
Tippmann.
regardless.
Yeah,
I hate our center. You know it. I can't
I
stand
need
him.
Joe
He's already
Tippmann to
gone.
win that center spot. I do not want to see
Yeah.
Connor McGovern playing on that, at that starting center
I can't
spot.
stand that guy.
I don't want to see it.
Can't stand McGovern. I'm
Listen.
so with you.
Listen, Rusty, it's been phenomenal speaking with you. This is a great call as always. I love talking to you about this team. I got to slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you.
Absolute
All right, this is a good
pleasure,
call, man.
fam.
This is a good call. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
Absolutely. Let's kill it. Let's go. Fellows, savage.
Salutes, man. Salutes. Listen, that was a call. All right. We going back and forth. We're going to go ahead and shut the show down. This has been quite a show. I apologize to any callers that I missed. I don't think we missed anybody. We're getting after it, man. Getting after it. All right. Whew. A lot of talk about, man. Hard Knocks. That got me. I'm steaming about that. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm with Coach Sulla. I'm not a fan. Okay. I'm not a fan of that. Don't force stuff on us when we're trying to get it done. We're trying to get the ultimate goal finished here. All right. So, listen, it's your boy Long Beach Joe, man. We're going to close this out. Look, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right. Also, your boy is on Twitter. Okay, go on over to Twitter at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe. Okay, that's the show's Twitter page. You can also type in at YoungJ000. That's my personal Twitter. All right, go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. Okay? I have that Vera Tucker jersey on. I'm just saying, man, he was all over the offensive line last season, right? Tackle, right tackle, left tackle, guard spots. We all know he could play every single position on this line, even center. People doubting it. Don't doubt it. That center spot is there. And I think he can play that too. The big answer to the question, okay, is that if you want a good lineman, just go to USC, man. That's what it is. Trojans, okay? We're just different, okay? We're built differently. We go in and get the job done. Go to USC, get yourself a football player, you'll be good to go, okay? Fight on, all right? So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. If you want to see the show live, you want to get involved with all the shenanigans, you want to get involved with the Savages as well, come on over to YouTube. We stream the show live, okay? Go to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, all right? Give the videos a thumbs up, and if you want to troll me, you can troll me in the comments as well. All right, we can go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. They'll cost you absolutely nothing, okay? They will always remain free no matter what anyone tells you. I want to thank Mateen Commits for coming on from the San Francisco Jets fan club. Again, everybody get involved with them, all right? Everything that they're doing on Facebook as well. I think it's San Francisco Jets fan club on Facebook. Go get involved with everything they're doing, man. That's a good club. I've had a lot of great times hanging out with them. And salutes and respect to everybody as well. 4th of July is coming up. Enjoy your holidays and be safe, people. Be safe out there on those roads. Things can get a little wild. I want to make sure y'all remain safe, okay, and enjoy your 4th of July. So until next time, you folks have a good one. Peace. Hold on a second, folks. We should be back. Okay, pow. Listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I hope y'all had a great time. This was a great show. I apologize to anybody I missed. I know everybody's just moving and shaking. Everything's happening so fast, man. I'm throwing takes. Salutes to everybody that called in, everybody I got to interact with as well, and everybody watching me, no matter where you're watching me from. Jack Ken, I see you. Salutes to everybody. All right. For those of you that are new, exclamation point links in the chat brings up my link tree. That link tree has the links to all of my social media platforms. It also has the links to all of my YouTube pages. Get involved with those. Get involved with all of my social media. Talk to me because I'll talk back, okay? Follow me. I'll follow you right back. We can go back and forth. I have a lot of fun interacting with people. Also, I got there's other YouTube pages as well I got out there. I got reactions. As y'all see, they're coming on out. Please continue to watch my reactions and talk to me, man. If you want to see me react to something, let me know. We can go back and forth. I have a lot of fun doing those, so check out that reaction page as well. It's growing, and I'm really enjoying, the relationship I'm building with that audience. So please get involved with that too. That's all in that link tree. We do these shows year round as well. We're going to continue. I don't know when my next show is going to be. I'll let you guys know when the next show is going to be. It's going to be tough, though. Again, July 4th is coming up. A lot of things moving and shaking, but I'll let y'all know. But we do these shows year round, okay? We have a lot of fun. Call in. The only thing I do not allow on my show is cursing, okay? Don't call into my show cursing. Depending on what's going on, I'll give you a warning, but you get crazy, bro, I will get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. I don't stand for that. This is a family show. We have kids that watch this show, all kinds of stuff. I cannot stand for that. So, watch it, okay? And again, I my audience is so intelligent. You folks are very, very smart. I don't really have, no issues, with that, with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is all good to go. I really enjoy having these discussions with y'all. Also, the other thing I don't allow. Don't call into the show screaming and yelling over me. I won't allow that, okay? This is a show about discussion. I understand passion. I'm all with the, being passionate about this football team. But if you call in here just trying to wow and yell and scream over, I'll stop that all from happening, bro. I'm not with that, okay? I'm not with that. So don't do that either, okay? Believe me, I give people more than enough time to talk when they call in and give me your side of your take, even if I don't agree with it. Also, as well, please make sure your phone is good to go when you call in. I need to be able to hear you. Do not call me from a cell phone that you found in the muffler of an old station wagon, okay? I need to be able to hear you, all right? So make sure your connection's good. Make sure your phone is good. Make sure that I can hear you and my audience can hear you, because if neither one of us can hear and understand you, I'm going to have to move on. You know what I'm saying? Can't have that. So please make sure your connection's good and everything's good to go. Also, make sure you don't have any crazy background noise. I can't deal with that either. All right. So that needs to go. So make sure everything's good to go with you. And again, I love going back and forth with everybody that calls in. Also, if I do not know you by name, I will call you by area code. Please know what your area code is. Okay. There's a lot of people that don't know what their area code is. This number right here does not change. Okay, it does not change. All right, we do these shows year round. Again, generally my shows are at about 7 p.m. Eastern. So what a lot of people do, and I'm putting this out there because a lot of people do this, because my show started at 7 p.m. Eastern, people generally will call in about 6:55, right? 6:55, 6:50. They'll wait on the lines until the show starts. I'll give my little spiel. As y'all saw tonight, I talked a little bit about, my takes and what I thought about the Jets. I also, we had a little bit of interview, but generally it's about 10, 15 minutes. I talk a little bit and then we go straight to the callers because I want to hear from y'all. What people do is they call in at about 6:50. They wait that 10 or 15 minutes and then boom, they're on the line. And it's because a lot of people want to get their takes off early, and I get it. Okay. So, that's an old trick that a lot of people do, and I like to put that out there just so it's fair for everybody. Now, keep in mind, I'll get to everybody. Trust, y'all saw tonight we had callers, especially when we have, even more callers. Believe me, we'll get to everybody. I generally give people about, anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to really get going and talk about what they want to talk about. But we have a lot of fun. Just be patient when you call in and trust I will get to you. My hold times are not long at all. Excuse me, they're not that long at all. Trust, okay? But that's an old trick that people pull, so I just wanted to put that out there. So that's fair across the board. All right. Yeah. Oh, also, when you call in, there's a queue system, okay? I can see you, okay? I can see you, All right. So when you call in, be patient and I'll come to you. If you call in and hang up, I'll never get to you. Okay. You always continue to fall to the bottom of the board. Also, I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 30 years or 3 minutes. When you call in, I go down the queue. Okay. So just be patient and again, we'll get to you. I've had people say, hey, Joe, I've been a Jets fan for 40 years. All right. I don't care about that kid you got calling in. I need to be on before him. And I have to say, whoa. You know, let's respect everybody. Okay. Let's just have respect for everybody. I have respect for everybody's time. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient and trust I will get to you. And again, if I do not know you by name, I will call out your area code. So please know your area code. I've had people call in that didn't know their area codes, and I had to remind them of what their area codes were. It's crazy. Okay. So we have a lot of fun doing this. Also, you may see me pop up playing video games eventually at some point when my schedule isn't as wild as it is. We have a lot of fun doing that. So you may see that coming up soon. Yeah. And we do a lot of different things over here. So if you see me, you know, pop up playing games or having fun in that manner, please don't be surprised. Come on in, join your boy, and, you know, check out what we doing here and talk to me. You know, I love interacting with people. That's what it's all about for me. So yeah, we do that and we have a blast doing it. Yeah, we just have a lot of fun over here. So if you see me doing that, come on in and talk that talk with your boy. Yeah, so that's what we do, man. So again, please subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to get on out of here. Schedule's wild and I got to go. Okay, folks, listen. Salutes to everybody, man. Ronald Perry, salutes to you. Jack Kenner, always good to see you in here. Salutes. Jigga Man, salutes. He said, had to stop by real quick, Joe, and say what's good to Long Beach Joe. Salutes, man. Good to see you in here. Ronald Perry. GVH, salutes. Good to see you in here, man. You know, as always. Matt, always good to see you in here. Christopher Phillips, I see you. You know, everybody that just comes on by. Dakota J, always good to see you in here as well. Dark Soldier, salutes. Dark Soldier says, preach. Salutes, man. Good to see you in here. Just salutes to everybody that joined, man. Everybody that came on by, said what's up, and talk that talk with your boy, man. I truly enjoy y'all. This is why I do what I do here. I just love interacting with people and talking football. You know, again, even if I don't agree with your opinion or if you don't agree with mine, you know, it's all about sharing perspectives. That's what I love doing. And that's I love connecting with my Jets brothers and sisters and doing that. So have a lot of fun doing that. And, you know, we're going to continue to go on. So I'm going to get on out of here, folks. Listen, be safe. Okay, be safe. There's a lot of crazy things going on. 4th of July is coming up. Be safe out there. All right. A lot of crazy people going to be on the road. Watch it. Okay. Sit down with your friends and your family. Enjoy some good food. Make some good moments. Enjoy those times, man. All right. Make those times with your loved ones. Okay. Make those moments because you never know what can happen. All right. Enjoy those times. Make the moments with the people that you love the most. It's extremely important in my life, and I hope it's important to you in yours. All right. So I'm going to get on out of here. Be safe, folks. Have a happy 4th of July. Enjoy yourselves and watch it because people get crazy on those roads. Just watch what's going on out there. So I see you folks on the next show. You folks have a good one.